laughing, pinching and poking and calling each other the names they'd heard the men use. Horseshit, jackass, goddamn Frenchie. The girls emerged triumphantly from the woods. The sky was a milky expanse. It was dusk. Light drained from the clouds, leaving soft gray streaks and smudges of blacky blue. The girls scurried to get home before the dark set in. They found their cast-off shoes dangling like drunken crows from their laces and ran across the flat, scratchy fields on home to supper. "Where the hell did you two run off to?" Dad was standing in the middle of the kitchen, tall and straight as a pitchfork. They were good and late. 5 more minutes of waiting on you two and you'd have no goddamn supper at all. "Let them be, Bill." Mother was slowly carrying plates to the table. Her belly was so big that she had to hold them way out in front of her. "Della, finish setting the table." Mother's voice was tired-sounding. Dad sat down at the table. Dalton, the oldest at 12 and the only boy, was already at his place, staring down at it with nothing in front of him. No one said anything. There was a strong feeling not to. Still breathing hard from running, Idella set up all the plates and sat in her chair. Mother, standing in front of the stove, turned to Dad. "Bring this kettle to the table for me, Bill." Then she walked into her pantry, an alcove off the main room, and came back with Dad's big knife. "Here's your damn knife." She placed it in front of him. "Now hand me your plate, Della. Avis is too." Idella handed Mother the plates, and one by one she ladled stew from the pot onto them and handed them back. It was chicken stew with carrots and potatoes. That was special to kill a chicken. "Now, Dalton, give me yours." Dad grabbed the plate as it passed in front of him. "I work all goddamn day sweating my arse off and I have to wait like a damn dog? You'd feed that lazy bastard before you give me a pot to piss in." "Don't worry. You're not likely to starve." There had been fighting going on. Mother took Dalton's plate from Dad and heaped it with stew. Idella was afraid their being late to supper had started things off. "Now give me your plate, Bill." She spooned ladle after ladle of food onto Dad's plate. "You damned fool." They ate without talking. The only sounds were Dad and Dalton chewing and scraping their forks up against the plates. "Eat your food, Della," Mother said quietly. Idella forked a piece of carrot. She never could eat much when Dad was in one of his black moods. She tried mostly not to do anything. "Where the hell were you two?" "Don't start something, Bill." Mother's voice was weary. "I'm just asking them what in Christ's name they were doing while we sat here waiting on them." Dad turned to Idella. "Where were you, Della?" "We were walking. In the woods." The longer Dad looked at her, the more she felt she had to keep talking. We were looking for something." "It's a secret," Avis said, her mouth full of stew that she hadn't dared to chew since Dad started in. "It's a secret." "A secret?" Dad turned to Avis. "What kind of secret?" Idella thought that Dad might be teasing now, but she could never tell. That's what made it so hard. Avis could pull him from out of his black moods more than anyone. "Who's this secret from?" Mother stood up. "Let them be, Bill. If they've got a secret, let them have it. Lord knows they've little enough as it is." She walked into her pantry and returned with a loaf of bread. Suddenly, her face changed. She made a startled noise. She slowly put the bread down, took off her apron, folded it, and laid it across her chair. She looked at Dad, her hand resting atop her swollen middle. "Bill, my water's broke." She turned to Idella. "Della, hon, you and Avis finish supper and then get up to bed. The baby'll be coming." Idella nodded. Mother went into the bedroom and closed the door. Idella could see a puddle of clear liquid where Mother had been standing and a trickle of wetness following her. She was leaking. Somewhere there was a bag of waters, and it just broke. Dad got up and followed Mother in and closed the door. "It won't be long now. Another mouth to feed." Dalton reached over and took the bread. He tore off a large piece. Dad came out of the bedroom. "Dalton, go get Elsie. Tell her the baby's coming. I'll go for Mrs. Yeagle." For once, Dalton ran to do Dad's bidding. Dad went out to harness the horse to the wagon and go get the midwife. Mrs. Yeagle lived just up the road. The sisters sat at the table, not daring to move.